You woke up in an abandoned house. Your eyes fluttered open as your body gasped for air. Your consciousness was returning to you in a sudden rush. You forced yourself to sit up, working through the soreness you felt as you breathed heavily. You looked around to see your hands and feet were wrapped in a thick white bandage as you sat in a rather warm room. Your eyes laid on the fire that was lit a bit away from you before landing on the closed window. Was it snowing outside? Was it still nighttime? Your eyes widened. You were alive. You blinked rapidly, your eyebrows furrowing as you wondered if you had been dreaming. Did you actually survive that terrible avalanche? You were still wearing your yukata from surveying the mountain earlier. You hadn't expected such a severe avalanche to strike. You had almost died in the impact. You were reluctant to accept your aliveness, but the aching, burning sensation that consumed your 4 limbs convinced you otherwise. You're awake. Your head snapped upwards at the voice you heard. It came from the corner of the room where the light didn't reach, and you couldn't see much through the pitch black. You had heard a voice, a smooth voice, a voice that seemed to hold weight to your ears and cause you to await a human presence. Soon after, you heard footsteps as the person walked out of the facade of darkness and into the light. The first thing that came to light was the familiar black and purple checkered coat you had seen before fainting. It seemed to joggle your memory completely as you remembered the man you had seen in the forest. Had he saved you? You bowed your head. Thank you for saving me. Don't thank me just yet. You lifted your head to meet the eyes of the one who had spoken, and you froze at the first-hand view of him. 6 eyes. There were 6 eyes on this human's face in front of you. You shook your head. That wasn't it. This was not a human at all. This was a demon. His yellow eyes were glowing in the dim room as his dark, wavy hair tied up before falling all the way down his back. Extreme confusion filled you up as you inspected the demon closely. You second-guessed yourself. Demons were real? More than that, had a demon really saved you? Kokushibo watched as you looked at him, with furrowed eyebrows and tilted head. You're a demon, you spoke calmly. As it appears, you blink. Weren't demons supposed to be bad? Weren't they supposed to be bloodthirsty creatures with no self-control, motivation only to be the scent and taste of human blood? That was what you had assumed, and yet the demon in front of you had saved you. This demon was elegant, his aura refined and graceful. His presence alone was something you had never felt before. Was it possible for being a feel important? If so, that was the only way to describe how you felt about the man in front of you. You were brought out one of your thoughts when you heard his voice. Why were you walking barefoot in the middle of a snowstorm? You remembered the horrid events that happened the last time you were awake. You looked at the demon, biting your lip as you chose your words carefully. Circumstances. And instead of giving up easy, you kept walking. I didn't want to die, you commented solely. I wanted to live. Your limbs are frozen. Why were you so desperate? You looked at him with surprised eyes, shocked he would even ask that question. Who doesn't want to live? He quietly gazed over your shoulder. He decided at the moment that the young woman in front of him was indeed a normal human. She was nothing special, and he had wasted his time saving her. He turned towards the door before exiting the house, promptly, as he no longer had any intention of offering her to becoming a demon. His time had been wasted. Royally wasted. It didn't take long for him to realize that the girl had gotten up to follow him. "Where are you going?" he heard the woman ask from behind him. He stopped walking as he turned around to look at you. You were still injured. There was no doubt in his mind you were forcing yourself to move through the shocking amount of pain. He knew your limbs weren't even close to beginning to heal, as it had only been 3 days since you had been walking through that snowstorm. His eyes later left your feet and landed on your face. "That's quite enough," he spoke. "Haven't I done you enough favors? I've allowed you to live. Why are you still following me?" I just wanted to ask why you saved me." Your voice turned soft as you looked at the stranger with hurt eyes. The demon only continued to walk away as he decided some questions were better off unanswered. The presence behind him stopped following him. "Thank you for saving me, Mr. Demon." He stopped walking and turned towards you. You looked up at him, from afar slightly. "I'm grateful," you said simply. "I'll never forget you." You were something else. The same eyes that had convinced him to save your life were the same eyes that were pulling at the root of his sentimental yet again. They were convincing him that someone such as himself had made the right decision. The girl in front of him was a human, and one that deserved to live. You were also one not fit to be a demon. You were meant to be a human, a true and sweet human, just as you seemed. Your soul was far too fragile to be that of a demon, and your determination and drive to average to withstand the struggles required to achieve greatness. Nonetheless, you had a lasting impression on him. Perhaps that is itself was something great. "I've accepted your thanks," he said simply. "Go on now." You nodded, turning around slowly and heading back to the abandoned house which you had left. Kokushibo conjured he would never see you again after that night. But he was dead wrong.